Okay, so I have a big list of accounts, and I'm going to look at page 92 to help me organize, and so you should see how it should look. So at the top, I know this is a chart of accounts. It's split in half. Well, no, because every business has different accounts, so we don't know exactly what accounts are going to be in it. So I know on the left, these are going to be balance sheet accounts. Balance sheet accounts are the top three. I'm going to put balance sheet. 4 and 5 are income statement accounts. So that's my start. From there, I know we're going to classify assets under 100s, right? So now I'm always going to start with cash. Cash is always going to be your first asset. So I can see I have a cash account, so that's 110 cash. The first number goes along with what division it's in. So this is a 100 account. And then the last two numbers are your order within assets of what number we're going to call you. So as I look through my list, do you see any other assets that we need to list here? On 95, if you look through the list, do you see any other assets besides cash? Accounts receivable. So that I'll go 120. We'll just count it by tens. And that is Tyler, oops, apologize. Accounts receivable. Tyler, Link. I see another accounts receivable, so we'll go 130 or 130. Accounts receivable, Megan Alvarez. You see any other assets? Okay, so 140. We'll go PPI. And we'll go 150. Supplies. Any others? I don't see any. Okay. So then I've got my 200 accounts are liabilities. So I'm going to skip a line just to make it neat. 200 liabilities. So I'm going to start with 210. What are my liability accounts? Accounts payable, sure supplies. Any other ones? Okay. Yep. Any other ones? I don't see anything. So now I'm going to go to 300. owner's equity. And this 300 column, I can tell you, it's just the 300 accounts are just the accounts that have the name of the owner in them for right now. So I should have two. I have capital and drawing. So I'm going to go 310 is Clara Ross capital. And 320, which would be Clara Ross drawing. Right? My next column is revenues. Typically, for our purposes, we're only going to have one revenue account. What do you suppose it is? Absolutely. So sales is going to be 410 sales. And then the last one we have is our 500 accounts, which are expenses. And I don't know why, but expenses we're going to put in alphabetical order. That's how they like to do it. So what do you see first for expenses? What would be our first one? Automobile expense. So we'll go 510. Auto expense. 520. Is it insurance? Yeah. 530. Miscellaneous. 540. Supplies expense. Oh no, it's rent, isn't it? 550 would be supplies expense. And by my calculations, that's all the accounts, right? It looks like it. All right, then it says number 2. 2 new accounts, postage expense and utilities expense, are to be added to the chart of accounts prepared in instruction 1. Assign new account numbers to each. So if we have accounts that come later, postage, if we're going to go alphabetical, where would postage go? It'd go in between miscellaneous and rent, right? So I'm going to assign that the number that goes in between them. So that would be 535 is going to be postage expense. And then it says we're going to add utilities. Well, utilities would come at the end. So we can just go 560 with that. And then all of these numbers are going to correlate. Each one of these accounts is going to have its own ledger account. So this is down here at the bottom. This is called a ledger account. I'm going to put whatever the name is right there. I'm going to assign an account number. And then every time we use that particular account in our general journal, we need to record it in here as well. So it tells us to open cash. So the account we have here is cash. What's cash's account number that we just gave it? 110. And then it says the date. It doesn't give us a date, does it? Okay. So I can promise you, For the test, you are going to have a list of accounts, and you are going to need to prepare this chart of accounts, and you're going to need to be able to assign new accounts, give them the appropriate number, and then you're going to have to open these ledger accounts like this. But that's all